first matchup here between Misfits Black and CLG Red in the grand finals of the Her Galaxy 10K Valorant Open.
CLG Red posturing over on the side of A. What is your pistol of choice here? Oh, he did though. They tried to dash through, hits the wall. Probably just making noise, trying to see if they can get information here.
I'm a big classic gamer, personally.
Ugh.
Honestly, the right click, it just hits so different sometimes. It can be so satisfying when you get a good one, and it's a free gun. I'm a big utility girl in a pistol.
That is true. When you're playing agents like Killjoy, very expensive to rock that ghost. But look, Bernina, speaking of Killjoy, manages to stall the push on the side of CLG Red as they're now pushing through all of this Astra utility, making their way on the side. Katie gets caught in the backside. It's a lot of back and forth. 3v3 as I say that though. Down to a 2v2 for both teams here. That Spike finally to go down. But look at the spot that Edith is spamming. Carly will get that shock dart kill. Stalls the Spike plant once more. It's all to go donut.
The boombot still is available, but what's tough is that it also got
30
nerfed,
seconds
right?
left.
So only lasting half the amount of time as previously. Has to look for some sort of early pick. Repositions here, back for the plant towards front. Jenny, maybe a double swing and a win here for Misfits.
Not unless the donut has anything to say about it. Trying to hope he can create some isolation here. It is not going to happen. Misfits Black, they will take the little dance of victory here as they defuse the Spike. First on the board for them.
Pistol round, pretty pivotal to win because it sets the tone for the weapon in hand there. A little bit of an advantage to even things up, but it's going to be a close 0 point to start things off. Nothing found, which means all this KJ util is still in play.
That it is. Turret gives first contact information here, forcing CLG Red to fall back. But that is a lot of utility burned as well over on the side of Misfits Black. They'll take it because it just means that site is still a safety play, and they're only having to watch 2 this time around, so it doesn't feel as bad.
Just super slow right now, but not even, haven't found too much info so far, right? Just trying to run down the clock. Maybe Misfits Black will get antsy, but with that close 0 point, that's going to delay this push even further with lack of util.
Lack of util giving away information that yes, bodies are still over on the side of a main. And the rest of Misfits Black feeling comfortable here. Time is in their favor. Pressure is on for the side of CLG Red to make something happen.
30 seconds left.
But it is so tough. Angles are being held. Gun advantage is definitely in favor still for Misfits Black. So it looks like we're already seeing Emily in astral form trying to make something happen. A lot of noise is being made over on the side of B. It's not gonna matter though because Katie and Bernina cleaning house over at A. They did not fall for that fake, and Athena wants to die here. Looking for a battle and a duo. Oh, they're not even gonna give her that satisfaction.
Nope. And they had such an advantage, it's kind of difficult to try and fake it around number 2.
It absolutely was, and this is where we're seeing just like the strength of Misfits Black setup, and perhaps picking into the fact that they knew they were starting on defense first. This is a Sova KO wombo combo situation here. Just so much information, intel gathering for their side. As we're seeing CLG trying to test out their luck and metal over on the side of B. But guess what? Bernina is now playing this side. So once again, they're going to have to deal with all of this Killjoy utility as they push through, and Carly just sitting on the back with that Ares. Oh, Minor God gone. Cleans house, and again, Misfits Black looking very happy here with the numbers advantage as though Donut once again clutch or kick situation. Can't even find a kill.
No, and Spike's down at front site, right? So it's mostly just crossfires being
30
held there
seconds
towards
left.
front. Slandy's in the back. But my Ares doesn't work like that. That's the first thing I want to say. Carly, please teach me, because my Ares, it makes me sad, to be honest. And it's going to be a clean 3-0 here for Misfits. Slandy to clean up.
Look at the upgrades right now that Misfits Black can afford. The God Gun is now the Odin. And Dodona trying to play aggressive here, trying to see if she can catch someone off guard on the sides of Misfit Black, but so far, nothing. They will not give her that. They are playing their angles correctly here, the side of Misfit Black. And I don't know.
The spike.
This is a pistol round save for CLG Red. Is there anything they can do here, Ash?
I mean, I like the play for them to go and try and earn that ult orb in hand, right? It's just about trying to maybe pick apart Misfits Black where they can. But on an eco like this, you don't often... I mean, if you can take the round in pocket, earn a thrifty, that's great, of course, but you're really mostly looking for value. And look how deep this nano swarm is. I mean, that smoke's just gonna reveal information despite the turret not going off. Nano swarm now poked and prodded, and that door, I'm pretty sure, was broken.
Yeah, all of this utility to try and get everything through. Slandy, good for 2 right now. Make that a triple kill for her. CLG Red, they are just getting picked off left and right.
One enemy remaining.
Renina looking to find and steal this ace from Slandy. She will do so. None for you. Absolutely flawless round for this.
But I mean, Ascent's just so paper thin that you can find so much value in denying this space.
Oh my god. You know what? Who expects a Dodonut sitting up on top of the newsstand there? Why would you even look? Now you know. So definitely not something you can get away with maybe moving forward. But Edith, they got punished for that aggression. That's at the on the ground? Oof.
Yeah, that is tough. Normally you expect like another Jet to be in that position. Very rarely does a Raze use the satchel early on to post up like that. But Emily's also creeped up here towards bottom arches. Bernina's playing super passive into the back of main, and here's that value of the Odin trying to come to fruition. Paint Shell is still available here for Dodona, as is that Showstopper, so I'd like to see CLG Red, with 40 seconds left, start to group up together to plan their execution.
Plan their execution, they will for sure. That is Emerald dropping that lockdown over on the side of A, hoping to force a rotation out, but communication wise, Misfits Black, they get it. They have not heard or seen any footsteps, so nobody actually committing and falling for that lockdown play. You're hearing the Showstopper being thrown, will not make that connection, but it doesn't matter. They get themselves one on the backside. Carly trapped in the back here, but the Odin doing God's work. Triple kill for Carly. Spike going down with barely any time left. They will get it through though. It's now 1v1 as Katie looking to see if she can make something happen here. Spots Athena in the back, will not connect though. CLG Red finally on the board.
KO has, I mean, just so many opportunities with his util in his kit to delay. And that was an issue for the first 4 rounds of CLG. You largely had just a lot of util to deal with in the late rounds. Now, just tucked here from the 0 point into Garage, you got 3 players on CLG over towards B-Link. Carly swapped things up, now playing into Tree, and CLG Red, they want Arch's control.
Right there.
They are going to attempt that for sure. A flash to come out over from Slandy. Paint Shells as well to try and flush things out, though Donut manages to get that kill. It's a back and forth, but numbers wise, CLG Red come out in their favor here as they're gonna reset, run their way over onto B side is the best call here because it is absolutely wide open right now. But Let's talk about Misfits Black. We've seen them before. Sure, they're a player disadvantage. They're very strong on the retake. They are very much aware. And now, numbers-wise, evening things out with that kill from that op. It's a 3v3. 2 ultimates up online on the side for Misfits Black here.
There's a great angle to be held there by Edith, and you have a double flank as well. So Misfits make the call instead of actually committing to it, knowing that there's probably some KJ util watching. Looking to re-clear here towards mid, help Edith out a little bit. Now swapping weapons over. Dodona in a one and done angle here.
That is a back and forth trade, and it eventually comes in the favor of Misfits Black. Talk about the retake. You made that call, Ash. That group up situation just so that they can have each other's backs and trades really worked out for them.
Gotta play the numbers advantage there, right? Because if you are anticipating some piece of KJ util, be watching the B main push, Luo, try to get that lockdown online if possible for the next round.
And the only way I would ever even consider that is you can get a couple of rifles donated because you got some picks with these sheriffs. But if, at least for me, the sheriff just never works out in my favor. But these players are much better than I am, so I fully expect them to at least get something out of it.
Valorant players in the women and underrepresented gender scene too, though, are known to be deagle demons. Like, that sheriff shot already from Dodona has whittled Edith down to a sliver of health to work with. So the operator's nearly out of commission, but not quite yet.
It is very possible still. I've seen crazier plays here, but look, so much respect. Misfits Black, they know that they have the gun advantage here. They're not pushing, they're not contesting. The last thing you want is to give that rifle donations over. So they're playing it very careful, just trying to hold these angles because long range is the winner here, and Bernina, good for 2, manages to whittle down the players of CLG Red over in the market.
Oh, look how Athena's crouched over, though. The turret's about to give her away in just a second, but sneaks right on by. Now a flank into CT could be huge for a pick here on Carly.
Oh my goodness.
10 seconds left.
They heard her!
Last player standing.
No.
I think she wanted to die.
Here for the side of CLG Red. It's just about, I think, drawing the attention of Misfits Black a little bit more. CLG Red, they've been trying to sneak around the map, which paid off once. But it's also hard to draw out utility from the defenders when Misfits is so patient and reactive in their utility usage.
Absolutely. And as you called out, we're now seeing that lockdown up and alive thanks to that ultimate orb over on A site. So CLG Red, I know they're going to want to play with this. You have to be careful. Like, they actually managed to burn that KO utility, and Carly as well, expending the Hunter's Fury to her advantage. No, manages to remove Emily from play here. That's pretty big.
Controller down is tough to deal with on the attacking side.
Absolutely. Cosmic Divide as well, no longer available, but they do still have that lockdown, as well as a null command of their own. The only thing I would have to worry about, because it's something that I would definitely do, is knowing Bernina is maybe the counter lockdown play for the retake. They have the player advantage, so why wouldn't they? Oh my goodness!
No command, but KDO is bigger. It's a 3K, and everything is all wrapped up as Bernina finds.
I do feel like CLG Red have some good agents to play aggressive, as well as like try to take up space when they try to take over site. The problem is Misfits have something similar set up, so perhaps maybe when the sides switch we could see something similar coming into play here. The only other thing that I'm thinking of is as the Astra smoke comes up and we're seeing CLG Red force back out and away from A, is we got to watch Misfits Black, and they pretty much like went the long haul in their match prior, whereas CLG Red, I believe, finished a lot earlier. And I don't necessarily want to say one team is like cold or momentum wise is much more like favorable. Perhaps it's just the map and the sides, or you know, there's just a lot of like weird variations and variables in play here, but it really does feel like momentum-wise, Misfits Black is just steamrolling right now. Scoreline, we'll completely agree with that sentiment at least. 7-1.
I'd like to see maybe a bit of a change of tempo coming out from CLG Red on their next round. It's still an eco, so they're looking for
30
info
seconds
here
left.
before executing, but 30 seconds, gotta be the A side. Late lurk to come out from Emluo on top. KDO's just gotta be able to hold it down here, and the paint shells ain't gonna let that happen.
Let that happen indeed, as at least CLG Red, they're gonna get that plant down. Forces that lockdown as well. We're already seeing Nightfall to come out too on the side of CLG Red to stall things out. But post plant is in favor on the side of CLG Red. They're managing to kind of even things out here despite not having these guns. Oh my goodness, it's a 1v1 situation. No! And Edith, they're good for 4, finds Emilo and the lockdown, knives it out, gonna get that defuse just in time. Oh, that was so close!
Not the shorty. Not the shorty. That hurts. It does hurt, but it makes sense why Edith had to pull out the secondary round. But again, another pivotal round here for CLG Red, because you want to be able to stop the bleeding after taking that time out.
Absolutely, and I mean, this is a must-win for them, for their economy. The bank of Misfits Black runs deep, so they need to take a few rounds off of them in order to even have a chance and to force them into poor economy. But that is opening pick right now in favor of Misfits Black. So not only are CLG Red still struggling on the attacker side, they are now a player down once again, looking for some sort of equilibrium here.
I think it's difficult because Edith has been switching things up, right? There hasn't really been conditioning so that CLG Red know, okay, Edith is always going to be playing here. We can flash them off the corner, we can util them off the corner, and the boombot does do the trick this time around, especially with the trade going out here towards mid. But Emu is going to have to give up all that space originally taken towards a main. CLG Red now looking to regroup themselves here into tree where they're phase 2.
Yeah, they've been pinged out as well, so they are aware, Misfits Black, that there's a lot of noise happening there. Not really completely trusting it just yet. Oh, but Amoy slides through the door, Indiana Jones style, gets that kill, will get that spike down. 2v2 here. Cosmic Divide as well to come out. Edith forced to push through with that sword. It doesn't matter. Teammate on the other side steals the kill. It's 1v1 here. On finds the dome of Edith.
CLG Red, they need to continue on with this because if we have a round loss here for CLG, it should be pretty tough round to face off in the last one before we swap sides. Going back towards that default, always 3 players stacked outside of B and B link. The Emma is looking to clear out Edith here over towards Wine, but the nano is not deep enough.
Yeah, Edith also, they're looking to just, I saw them buy the op, resold it for that Vandal, but look at how far up, oh, Donut, do you even know that someone is in that smoke? Gets flashed out, look at that, Katie manages to push, finds 2, very aggressive play over a market, 2 payoff for them, and CLG Red loses 2 players over at mid.
Playing patient though. Knows Emu is there, gonna go for the swing, and now it's just Han against the world, but it's another flawless round here for Misfits Black. 9-2. We have one more round going into, but I'm really gonna be looking towards CLG to activate in the pistol round of the next half.
Activate indeed, as we're seeing CLG Red with their suffering economy. Oh my god, that is a double kill! Edith finds the 2 pushing up on Cat, and just like that, this round is already going to be a very difficult struggle for CLG Red. We still have so much time left on the clock.
Minute and 10 seconds. A little smoke to go out here from Emily over towards Tree. Just to help gain some space onto Cat, and looks like CLG might continue to try to split towards A. Quick check of the flank, but you've got a double up here. You've got KJ Util as well. This is a hard round to win for CLG.
Looking for the 4th kill, not able to find it. Emily finally takes down Edith, the monster, but it's Bernina sitting in the darkness of the smoke. And now Emily on her lonesome. Spotted by the turret, so now position given away, nothing but a sheriff in hand. And this is a rough half scoreline to round 2 if I was CLG Red. But let's see how this first round plays out first, because sides are switched. And the struggle of having to push through a lot of utility is now an issue that Misfits Black is going to have to face. Prowler to come out gives away a lot of the positioning here on the side of Misfits Black, and they are going to be punished for it. First blood in favor of CLG Red, as they are now going to make their way onto rotation. They know that B is up for grabs here as Misfits Black make their way through. They'll get that plant down.
5v4 situation. Misfits Black. Edith is weak here. There's potential. The 0 point does manage to catch out too, I believe, on Misfits. Prowler doesn't see anyone close, and CLG Red are just going to play numbers.
Numbers though, it's a peak, it's a back and forth situation here. 3v2 in the favor still of CLG Red. HP wise, it's looking good for them. Oh my goodness, though, Donut, it doesn't matter. It's Han to get the kill. Big important round here, Ash, for CLG Red. Economy wise, they're gonna look good for round 2.
From getting another round. Misfits, they want the opposite, right? They're gonna want to try and take out as many guns as possible from the hands of CLG Red. And you already got Bernina going for that early ult orb. Same thing here towards A main. CLG will deny it.
That was nice. They got the trade. Numbers still in favor of CLG Red here, knowing that they have to punish a lot of that. Oh, the smoke just barely comes up. Saves Athena. Oh man, that is it. I'm gonna buy you some Starbies later. Thank you very much. Life-saving smoke right here, as the rest of Misfits Black are gonna make their way up onto short.
Yeah, looking into Tree here. Look how scary B looks. Like, I would not even want to try contesting Emluo's setup at the moment, especially not on pistols. It's just about trying to take these two members towards the A site by surprise.
That is Bernina, though, will find and swing that corner, looking for more. Meanwhile, rest of CLG Red is still having to rotate over onto B site here. So last 2v2, and that spike will go down. But look, both sides should be rocking these Spectres now, and that Owl Drone gives away the position of where the rest of CLG is. Trying to swing, oh, but just jumps down right in front of Edith. Carly to clean up after. Not the kind of round you want to give up, CLG Red. Misfits Black takes this to 11.
And for CLG Red, I mean, it's harder to take that ult orb control on ecos when you're on the defense, because you're more likely to be punished for pushing out, especially on Ascent when they're really open to the attacking side.
Open indeed, and you can just see the sort of concern and the tight corners right now that the CLG Red is playing here. Other than the Killjoy utility, they're just gonna wait to get hit, essentially, is what they're gonna have to do here. This is rough. Oh no, and the suppression. Just sadness when you're a Killjoy and you're suppressed.
And then you've got Carly also, like, trying to shock dart your nanos out, and you're like, come on. Throw me a bone, like, give me something. But the Alpha out doesn't find Emluo, and Misfits Black, they're getting ready to lean in towards the B site. Gonna check the flank really quick, waiting for the smoke to fade.
Over Nina. Such a nasty lurker she is sometimes as the rest of her team. Making a lot of noise, trying to make their way, push their way through over onto B site. But CLG Red, not so bad still on the numbers. It's just the gun disadvantage is really showing for them. If they can find something here, Prowler, you're trying to use to push a lot of flashes and utility, but no, Edith playing close. They're good for one. Slandy just holding things down. KO versus KO swing here, but it is hard. Huge round for them. Managed to get this win and defuse for CLG. They're gonna take their scoreline to 4.
Han's got the clutch factor here for CLG Red. 1 50-50s twice to earn 2 rounds now on the board here for CLG. But still, regardless, CLG Red, as far as their money situation goes, are still unable to afford that full loadout.
Cosmic Divide to come out for the side of Misfits Black here, trying to see if they can make a play with that, but look at all of the utility spam being pushed right now on the side of CLG Red to stall. Slandy trying to blind her way, push through the site, but it is on the opposite side of the map. Bernina with that ultimate orb manages to get that lockdown down in play. Now keep in mind the top corner of the site is still available to hold, but it doesn't matter. The aggression from the side of Edith manages to take down Emily, and they do have some sort of site control here. Oh, but the null command coming out. It's just ultimates on ultimates from either side. 4v4 here. Edith sitting up top. They were not expecting them up there. Oh my god. The plays over here right now.
KDO doesn't get seen by the Prowler though. Will make a lot of steps, but you gotta look at the health, but it doesn't matter because Emlo's shots do ring.
Bias coming for this map. I mean, to me, she's just like she's so strong on this map. Even with the KOs in play, you just play further back. You have so much utility to deal with, and that's the struggle that both teams seem to be facing right now as they try to make their way on the site.
Absolutely.
And it's even like prevalent when you're doing retake. But I love this aggression right now. Look at Edith, like how far deep they are in. Note one rips the Blade Storm. That is a crossfire that they're not going to be able to win here. And yet, the numbers are still pretty even. As Bernina makes her way over onto B site to get this fight down.
Just enough of a distraction, right? But Huss and Gravwell now being used. They know that at least one member of CLG is trying to push here from scaffolds. Quite a crossfire being set up in the post plant.
Quite a setup indeed. We've seen it work before. And all they really gotta do is play time. And CLG, they know the pressure is on. This is match point on the line. Emily, good for one. Will get traded out though. Killjoy versus Killjoy situation. 6 bullets left for Vernina. Forces her doppelganger off. Oh my god, just toying with Emily. Doesn't get the defuse. Will get the sheriff to the dome instead. Well played, Vernina. Such a frustrating way to play against.
It was just a pixel off.
Yeah, I have had that happen. It is a pain. Maybe we need to fix the graphics a little so that we don't hop off. But no, it was definitely well played on the side of Bernina there. And it looks like with all of the utility lockdown on the side of available for CLG Red as well as that Cosmic Divide, they're gonna play numbers here, and that is a big numbers game being played here. Emerald managed to get that first kill, removes the KO from the game. Lockdown to come, or not lockdown, a spike to go down. And this is a good retake situation here for CLG Red, but it really comes down to if they can flush out Misfits Black. Forces the Hunter's Fury over to Carly right now, and that's good, but look at how much push the rest of CLG Red have already done. Pain shells to fall, a lot of kills falling as well, and it is a nice, good, quick round for CLG Red. Very expensive though, all of these ultimates being expended, but you know what? You're still in the game.
No Blade Storm to work with this time around for Edith, so unlikely to see that same aggression again. But from what it looks like, I think Vernina is just going to try and get this ult or guarantee that the lockdown at least comes out in the next round and kind of take things slow here. And I really like how CLG Red is just swapping up the positioning of Emluo like every other round to keep them guessing.
Yeah. You don't want to be conditioned like you said, and as I say this, just look at how far up market the rest of Misfits Black have already been playing. They're just gonna play aggression is the name of the game here. All of these utility to try and gather information, but I don't even know if they realize how many members of CLG Red are also holding down B site.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect 3 to be here. Maybe 2.
Maybe 2.
But when it comes down to it, they're alone too. Edith gonna be the bait to set the trap here as Misfits Black actually inch their way towards the A site and to spawn.
Absolutely, and they know. You see how quick the movement after those kills were from the side of CLG Red. It's a pincher maneuver here. The spike drops over on A site as the numbers advantage, or should I say disadvantage, is now on Carly. 1v3, trying to see if they can make something happen, but nothing with the sheriff on hand. They even pick up a rifle to carry over to the next round. Ugh, no. That is not gonna happen. The gap is closing, Ash. 12-7 now for CLG Red.
Only 5 rounds to go, but at the same time, it's still potentially the penultimate round. Full loadout back in hand here, and Vernina has lockdown available. But we see her over towards the A side. You can see all players playing a bit more pinch towards mid for CLG, trying to play away from that lockdown, able to get out if necessary and off site. But the spike is lurking over towards B, and Emluo holding down the fort once again with those swarms.
I'm sure that CLG Red, I saw a couple pings come out as far as pegging where the rest of Misfits Black are playing right now. So we're seeing some movement and rotation. They're going to leave Emluo to anchor out the rest of B as the team will play on A. Oh, but that drone... Carly will at least get an idea that, yeah, that drone or the turret is still up and alive, but they have the spike. They're going to use those utilities to clear things out. And it's just like a lot of back and forth. No commitment yet for the side of Misfit Black here.
Emily almost could have caught KDO off guard completely in astral form. The grab ball does come out, but doesn't find anything, and Emily has the perfect position right now.
Oh, unfortunate miss there. Will get sacrificed instead. It's still a numbers favor for CLG Red as that lockdown might as well be in play. However, they're Misfits Black not really able to capitalize on it. Time is of the essence here. They really need to get that spike down. But Han absolutely dominating round with the Quadra. Closes things out is everybody else. CLG Red staying alive once more here.
It's an eco round for the sites of Misfits Black, and Edith has elected to go with a Bucky, so we'll likely see a tailwind into some sort of close quarter to catch a CLG member off guard.
I mean, I really like the way CLG Red have been playing this so far. They've been playing super passive, giving up a lot of map control, and you see just how much like space Misfits Black have been taking in. The aggression from people like Edith and the rest of the team. Cosmic Divide though to come out to try and make a stall here because it looks like B is going to be the play. Oh my god, the donut even finds Vernina with a pain shell showstopper to come out. Not able to get the kill, instead gets shot in the head by the sheriff from Slandy. Numbers advantage still in favor of CLG Red here, but Carly, they know where she is.
I have this.
What the heck with that showstopper though? Someone checked on that. What the heck?
It's just Ray's thing. Showstopper is so sad sometimes, but
it really is.
Carly is in a 1v3 situation here.
Oh, let's not give her 1v1s. It's all good. Emerald closes things out, and again, CLG Red takes another round. really making Misfits Black work for the win here.
They've been countering ultimates really well that come out from Misfits. CLG Red's retakes have been pretty pristine thus far because Misfits Black aren't drawing out that much util early round, but you can't use any when the null command is in play here. Athena in a one and done angle.
Absolutely not really giving away her position just yet. We'll get one. Numbers wise, again, still CLG Red, they're okay. Don't let that vision fool you because Slandy is down for the count, but it looks like we'll get res back to even things out. There is still a null command available for the side of CLG Red. It's a 3v3 here. It's just a constant back and forth. What a bloodbath over at B, and looks like both teams want to slow it down and reset a little bit. There's still a minute left on the clock.
Hard for KDO to get out of this situation though, but Hunter's Fury to come out from Carly looking to do damage here on Dodonut. It's not quite enough though, and that's another null command being pulled out, this time on CLG's side.
I like that. While it gives away the position of where some CLG Red members are, they have to be very careful because it is 30 seconds left on the clock, and Misfits Black, they need to make their way onto site. I don't think they have enough time to rotate at this point. Oh, but look at these smoke angles. They're looking the wrong way. Slandy will get tagged, but it's all good because Emerald good for 2. We're back to a 1v1 situation. HP-wise, though, Emerald not looking good for Ware, but has to make a huge play here. Lockdown is available. Oh my god, Emerald, you are so sick! Gets the triple kill! Gets the defuse. And again, the life is still alive for CLG.
That was so scary. That was down to 6 health. A differential of 6 health on who fell first.
I almost feel like you just have to go ham here, right? Where you just like, oh, but that's unfortunate. You get caught by the dagger and removes your weapons for a few seconds. And that slows down. That will slow down Misfits Black. And you see them just kind of posturing, waiting for all that to come back online. But this is a tough one. We're seeing the same strategy still. A lot of noise being made over onto A site while that Spike sitting outside of B. I do like the fact that Emerald will get the notice that yes, there are players. Oh.
Down B.
Oh my god. It doesn't even matter. It was an attempt. There was an attempt. Spike is down in control of CLG Red. Numbers are in favor on the side of CLG Red. I mean, if you stepped away from this game at the half with a scoreline of 10-2 because you thought it was over, welcome back. We got a game in our hands here.
We're going the distance.
We are going the distance, but maybe we just cast our curses because a 5v3 is now a 3v3 situation with 20 seconds on the clock here. It still trades back and forth, and Spike control. Oh, Emily sitting in the corner, good for 1, looking for another. Oh, it's the pain shells. No Donut with a triple kill. Takes CLG Red to 11.
You're going to scatter from my stuff. Super easy to pick off.
But now, CLG Red, they've made it all the way to having potential to take things to overtime here. A huge comeback, and says a lot for the endurance of this team too.
Oh, this is gonna be a peak. Gonna be very pivotal. A flash. It's just a trade instead though. But information given and collected over on the side of CLG Red. It's so far in their favor. That is absolute perfect communication being done. Trades being taken. And Misfits Black down to 2 players.
Oh, but they're both going tree?
Uh-oh.
Gets him to drop on 1.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Needs to find another Carly to equalize. Now it's all shut down. We're going to overtime here. CLG Red. I need to count how many rounds in a row that was.
And mental situation, but yeah, Han is online. Using a KO pawns. Activated.
What I love the most about seeing these two teams play so far is the fact that every single time we've seen either side playing anti-flash, it's always the KO player playing anti-flash, like literally looking backwards because they're like, I know the KO's gonna throw a flash here. I will turn around.
Exactly. That's really like one of the important fundamentals I would say for a lot of players to do is to play against the agents that you like to play the most, because you tend to have an understanding and style of what needs to be done to make adjustments for your own. And yeah, so just unfortunately when people are like looking the wrong way, it's intentional because they know what it's like. But let's talk about the fact that we're seeing CLG Red on the attack here over and over time, facing the same struggles that they had during normal gameplay. Is how do you contest this overwhelming utility hold that Misfits Black have as you try to make your way into the site? It looks like it's a double satchel. Yeah, Donut good for the first kill. It's a trade out though, as everybody's still on the hunt, but just look at the aggression and control that the rest of CLG are trying to do. Numbers a disadvantage over for Misfits Black as that spike is going to go down with barely few seconds left on the clock. Edith, all they got is the operator, and will get punished on the push by Athena. There's just such a good post-plant position here for the side of CLG Red. Harley with a god gun will swap it out with nothing but 9 bullets on that Phantom. And they know where she is. What can you do? Apparently nothing, and CLG Red riding the momentum will take the overtime first round, taking the scoreline to 13. Black right now is because you struggled so hard on the attack. Oh, that alarm bot, as well as Donut sitting in the corner, paint shells in hand.
She's ready.
So ready. Oh, they're looking for some information. We'll swing through, but look at the pull over on the side of CLG Red to make sure that Donut stays protected. Manages to get out, so they're just gonna reset and fall back here.
Early info though garnered here for CLG Red and Misfits Black. They don't have any other map control right now. Sure, we just saw a dart go out towards mid. Misfits Black, they cut noise and looking to regroup here outside of B. Quite a bit of KJ Util has already been wasted, but that is a big 0 point. Luckily, does not connect.
Yeah, knowing it gets killed means that, yeah, there's people here, we just don't know how many, but it doesn't matter. Amlo to swing, gets the kill, gets traded out eventually by the doppelganger that is Bernina. Killjoy and Killjoy action and numbers disadvantage for the side of CLG Red. As I say that, of course, they even things out, but that spike is gonna go down now. We have seen how great the retake of CLG Red has been so far. Let's see if they can do it again here. Misfits Black trying to stay alive, trying to carry this over into another overtime.
3v3 situation. Not much utility available here. The flash point is there.
Oh my god!
It's just a cleanup. It's CLG Red. They take the first map. 3v3 and they come out on top. We actually have the next winner now announced here. It's going to be Full Moon Editing, who has won our second Logitech G Pro X Super Light Wireless Gaming Mouse. Congratulations to you, and let's see who's going to win out the pistol.
Let's see indeed. I like the split setup here on the side of Misfits Black. We're already talking about that aggression. Edith, they are already up on B Heaven. Running through, but it is Emulo though with the kill. Gets traded out by Bernina over on the ground side as it's a 4v4 and Misfits Black make their way onto site.
Really quick site take here towards B, like right off the bat, and now you got some heaven control here for Slandy, but right around the corner, and there's about 3 holding towards stairs, so I don't think there's any way Slandy gets out of that scot-free.
Absolutely not. And we've seen the strength that CLG Red has here. So far, though, it is a lot of back and forth. The Donut finds herself another kill. Carly trying to stall here. Oh my god, finds two back on that corner. Stunned for days. Doesn't matter. Has to reload, though. And it is the teammate Katie on the back end to close things out. Misfits Black gets themselves on the...
Meanwhile, CLG Red, they're just going to play for their util. It's going to be 3 guns across the board and heavy stack towards the A side, leaving Emuo to kind of anchor down B if possible, but the positioning to get out if need be and play retake with her team there towards stairs.
Absolutely. This is like a deja vu of round 1 here. Edith once again sitting up top, manages to clear out sight for the rest of their team as CLG rotating themselves over here. Oh, but Slandy has the flank. Good for 1, looking for more. Gets to, will fall back, but eventually to fall. It doesn't matter. Numbers advantage still on the side of Misfits Black as that spike is ticking away on will pick up Spectre. Oh, but there's just so much utility to deal with. Catches the flank. I mean, I don't know, Ash. This is looking pretty rough still for CLG Red. Perhaps you just call it a win? And fall back?
Yeah, I think at this point you try to go for exit frags. You know, keep Misfits Black around so they have a weak bonus if possible. And 3 anti-eco, like half-buy weapons out of the hands of Misfits Black. He's a pretty good eco round here for CLG. I mean, not able to get the defuse, but
now you're facing against the rifles on the side of CLG Red here. I mean, there's 2 light shields still in play. It still looks like the same setup. The only difference this time around is that Vernina is carrying that spike sitting over outside of A, but Emerald's utility is also there.
It's really interesting how CLG chooses his stack. Especially on an anti-eco, just playing together. Emuo always in a very non-committal position on the solo hold. Charlie does have a flashpoint up and doesn't actually look to capitalize off of it. Instead, it'll be Misfits Black now creeping their way over towards the A site. Emuo is over towards screens and does have some utility delay, but I'm looking at Edith's positioning to cut off the rotation.
Absolutely. It might even just be a timing thing as we say that, though. Misfits Black now ready to commit. Information giveth that, yes, it is going to be an absolute A-hit, though, but Edith gets tagged from behind. CLG, they are cleaning up and cleaning house on this retake. And suddenly, Bernina finds herself all alone, sitting in the corner, not able to do anything. CLG Red, perfect lineup here. Perfect retake. They will finally be on the scoreline 1-2.
Flawless round there for CLG Red means all rifles carried over into the next round. I'm curious to see if it would be Vernina or Carly who tries to secure one for theirs. But from the positioning, it looks like Vernina might try to lurk up and snatch it.
That it does. I mean, and Versi, you pointed this out from last round. It's the same sort of split stack again that CLG Red is doing. Heavy on the B side, and nothing but an Emerald Killjoy anchor over on the side of A. Oh, but look, CLG, they're going to be playing a little bit aggressive here. Takes a peek, takes down that turret. They're going to reset, and I don't mind that, but look, it's still a bit of an old angle here. Bernina gonna try and will find Emily. That is first blood drawn. Lockdown now given. Will be expensed here. And I mean, that is still an ultimate orb online. To answer your question, who gets what, it might be both. Because look, they also have breach on the spike plant. That's also gonna give them the orb.
Not too much you can do with your Dodo Nut, though, either if you're backside. This pressure here towards B Heaven leaves Emuo now alone in the retake, and the question, the stack happened, but as I said that, Emuo is just gonna connect.
The poor economy on the side of Misfits Black.
It's not looking too good. You got a Trailblazer up towards ramps. This clears the way for Edith. And then, okay, Rolling Thunder to completely take this space. Looking to get up close and personal here.
A lot is on the back of Edith here, trying to make a play, clearing up sight. They're gonna get that spike down, but that is a very expensive round for them. Hey, they get the spike, they are set up for this post plant. It is still a 5v5 though, and look, lockdown available for CLG, res is available as well.
Right there.
This is gonna be a tough ask for Misfits Black to be able to hold this. As I say that, Edith already gets found, Han drops that kill, lockdown now in play to flush the rest of Misfits Black out of sight, out of mind, as CLG Red, they're gonna try and push, knowing that yes, there's going to be people still playing close by here. They don't even care. I get detained, try to stall,
Player standing.
understanding the flank and the pull, and just like that, timing wise, CLG Red, they're not able to kill and commit.
Leaning back over towards the B side now, with KDO being that lurking presence here as Astra, who can smoke Mrs. Worldwide, if you will. And aggressive peek here out towards mid earns Han the first blood.
First blood indeed, and hello to everybody joining us from the front page of Twitch. You are watching the Her Galaxy 10K Open Tournament presented by Galaxy Racer. This is the grand finals. It's a best of 3, CLG Red versus Misfits Black, and oh my god, Bernina sitting in the corner, spray and pray, gets herself a triple kill. You tuned in at such a perfect time. What an absolute disgusting performance there from Bernina. Managed to push through CLG Red, numbers down against the odds here as they try to play for the retake, because Misfits Black, they're gonna get that spike down.
Retake now here for CLG. Emily only has one star to work with now at this point. The Trailblazer gonna be shut down, not find too much information, but Emily has now revealed her presence here towards CT.
Nothing but a sheriff in hand, hopes and dreams available, but it is Emily. Very doable here. That smoke in play, but I do love the post plant setup here on the side of Misfits Black. A lot of crossfire situation. Sure, Emily's managed to cross over. They're still none the wiser. It was good for one. Make that a triple kill for her now. What the heck? Katie, sitting far back playing lineups, is managed to stall the time. So yes, at the end of it all, Misfits Black
To, you know, save up their money, have a good economy cushion for future rounds. So additional pressure in the money sense, and Trailblazer up here for Sandy. Finds that B Heaven is largely clear aside from the turret watching here on Rafters. A little bit of a cheeky headshot angle being played as well by Emily. But Mrs. Black, they're just looking to make some noise, gonna fall off afterwards. But you gotta keep an eye out here for the post up on ramps. That's an operator in the hands of Dodonut.
that it is protected as well by Athena, making sure nobody goes sneaky beaky like on the ropes here. It does look like Misfits Black, they want to make a play. Alt line first to start. It's utilities trade back and forth. They hear the rope. That's a quick dash into the backside here, but Donut is not going to be able to do anything about it. Misfits Black, hyper aggressive right now, pushing their way onto site as that cosmic divide gives some sort of protection here to get that plant down. Oh, this is again another issue. Ash, like, yeah, I knew it. CLG Red, they're not even gonna bother. They're gonna, I mean, unless they want to go long ways out, but no, this is gonna give us some good time to chat here as we wait for that spike to go down. So, how are you doing? This is a crazy game.
How are you doing? I mean, how are both of these teams doing right now? They're tight once again, but it's a different look from what we saw on Ascent. I'm still appalled at CLG Red's like endurance through map number 1, because if you missed that, that was a 14-12 map 1 on Ascent, and when it comes down to it, CLG Red, they were down like 2-10 when we swapped sides and came all the way back. I mean, it's tough because Split is a defender-sided map, But some teams also run really well on attack, and we don't know how things are going to turn up for CLG Red once they swap sides. It's really when it comes down to play style, right? And I think that Misfits Black, they've been trading each other really well, trying to catch CLG Red off guard. And I like the adjustments that we've seen. They're trying things out on the CLG Red side with Emluo just being that solo anchor towards one side of the map, the others doubling up. But this time around, they're splitting back to more of that like default hold.
You should run.
And finally, seeing that barrier orb coming out here from Han, protecting B Heaven as the lockdown goes out in Garage.
Absolutely, they're just trying to flush out Emluo way in the back here as Edith, they're already running over onto site. Nobody expects you on that corner when you just run that fast. Rolling Thunder as well in play to flush things out, trying to stall as much as possible here on the side of CLG Red.
30
However,
seconds left.
the headshots are good on the side of Misfits Black, so advantage-wise, it is still on them.
Last player standing.
Flash going out, and Athena to push, but at the end of it all, Misfits Black is just
Possible. And Edith is just making space too, like for days, like completely unafraid. This player has courage when it comes to being that first point of contact, and we're about to see that right here once again. And fortunately, Emily this time around does come out on top.
yeah, I mean, that's the kind of things you like to see with your duelist, right? My duelist actually entering, getting information, but
Could
this
not be
time
my
around,
ranked games.
not mine either. The scoreboard looks the same, but the impact. I digress. Let's talk about the greatness that is this two teams right here, because look, we talked about the space created. Yes, Edith may have fallen, but look at the rotation and movement that CLG Red had to do because of that. They thought it was going to be an A hit. They gave so much position up. Slandy still trying to catch any rotation out. And the numbers are now back in play, but it's time.
30 seconds left.
Looking very tight here. Less than 30 seconds left on the clock. B is pretty doable here for the side of Misfits Black as they once again make their way through, flushing things out, and they will get that spike down.
Spike planted.
Quick play it here onto defaults on B site. Classic up down double up into back site as well, and a nice nano to delay the retake. But it's a 4-4 situation. CLG is flooding on site.
Flooding indeed, but it is Bernina good for 2 here. They still have to be careful as well because utility-wise is still available, but it is Katie. They had no idea she was back there.
A lot of the times, they're not moving into Emluo's site. Like, they're constantly going against the grain in that sense, avoiding the KJ, and already, like, the breach does so much to push Dodo Nut off of angles with her operator that you can't find that early value with it that you usually expect with the first pick. And as I say that, first blood, of course, goes into Dodo Nut's hands.
That it does, but it's all good because Lane was put down before the death, allowing the rest of Misfits to make their way onto side to get that spike down. Numbers advantage is still on the side of CLG here. Res is also available, and Misfits Black, they're going to make sure that that does not happen. Carly trying to push through, tries to get the kill. Unfortunately, not going to happen, and there is the res to come out. Emily is back in play. It's a 5v1 here, and Bernina, too much to ask for her for that round, and CLG Red, much needed round for them here.
It's also, Misfits Black have actually been finding more success on the B site, at least in their post plants. I think CLG, when it comes down to that lockdown and the Cosmic Divide, those are such a great combination, can come from those two ultimates.
Absolutely, as we're seeing a lot of this utility usage. We've seen this play before. Even the slow orbs is not going to be enough for Edith. They're going to want to try and take up as much middle space as possible, try to clear things out. But CLG Red, Playing very careful here. Other than Dodonut, who's pushed up, gets the
So
pick off
aggressive.
onto Kitty. That is a big kill, I will say, for CLG Red. A big struggle that they have is having to deal with the utility during post-plant. That's one utility down right now. Seekers to come out on the side of Misfits Black, trying to see if they can catch more. But so far right now, the advantage is over on CLG Red. They are just picking every Misfits player off the map. And Edith, they are left to their lonesome. Oh, made a little bit of noise on the rope, trying to bait something out here. Doesn't matter, it's Athena who wins that round. CLG Red, another needed round for them.
Flawless round,
And we're still seeing a lot of posturing spread out across all of the map. And I fully expect Edith to continue making spaces over at mid, just following that bird. And, I mean, I haven't really seen too much of it, but the wall, the Sage wall, I almost feel like they hold on to it for post-plant.
they use it in the mid round instead of letting it just get like shot out early round. Often in the extremities, like I've seen Han throw it down in B main, which I think is a really good wall. But again, Dodonut's getting aggressive here, and just look how passive Katie is playing this. Like expecting Dodonut to get pushed out, but the blades, they do find their mark, and I think this aggression has been a big win condition here for CLG as far as getting that number advantage. Because when you're sitting on site, Misfits have 2 flash players.
Absolutely. I mean, Edith is just running over, running through, trying to clear as much space as possible for the team. A lockdown is being put down now on the side of CLG Red so that they can clear out the side, set up a proper retake here. Cosmic Divide as well being expended. And CLG Red so far looking pretty promising here with what they want to do. They understand that everybody got pushed out. Cosmic Divide is still protecting some of the players of Misfits Black, but it doesn't matter because the thing that matters is that Spike Diffuse and CLG Red got it.
And CLG, they just don't have as much of that oomph when it comes to the execution as far as utility goes. You got
Absolutely.
Dodonut.
Yeah, they have Dodonut, and just look at how fast Edith is just able to clean up here, running down mid, taking down one of CLG Red's members on the attack already. But it is the absolute battle over here, over on A site. I mean, even the Spike is like running past it, like, oh yeah, by the way, Han, you have to plant. They do finally get it down. It's 4v4 here. Oh, but look at this. This is going to be a trade swing. They know someone has to be close by. Oh, Edith, though, is nasty. Good for 3. Still wants more. Looking for that ace, perhaps. Nope, Bernina already once again takes it down. It's still a battle over in the backside, and it doesn't matter because Misfits Black. We asked the question, how are they going to make adjustments here? Sure, it's only the pistol round. The adjustment seems to be Edith
Opening with help, by the way.
That it is. We're already seeing so much aggression, though Donut wants to try aggression versus aggression here, but gun power-wise, Edith is still good. We'll take her down. Meanwhile, that forces the rest of CLG Red to fall back. There's going to be a bit of a reset here. And Misfits Black, they're still pretty happy about this. Oh my goodness! Now they played aggressive middle, gets rewarded for that once again. And CLG Red, this is a rough one.
I don't think they knew Han was there with Athena, though. She's now creeping up here towards B Heaven. Probably has a whole kit of utility, but Han manages to get her down so low. A self-heal as well, which was nerfed a couple patches ago. Now
Yes.
Sage she can only heal herself 30 health points, which is so unfortunate. I feel like it deserves like a slight teensy tiny buff. But right now we gotta focus on this matchup, and CLG Red, they got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
They do. Carly is going to get caught from up above. Han again will find herself one more too. So what was looking like an advantage? Are they going to expect Edith on the backside? They did not. No. Oh my god, there it is. The right click, you talked about it. To the face. I really cannot stand that gun sometimes. Why can't it work that way for me? It's all good, Han. No idea. On the corner here, Han. What a beast! Gets a triple kill. Secures the round.
Are gonna have to play things a little bit slower. So far, we've seen really early entries from DodoNet, like every single round. It's only been 2. But they really like getting behind Misfits Slack, and that's kind of scary to think about.
Absolutely. And let's talk about aggression. Just look at the aggression over here from Edith and Emerald. Emerald knew something was going on. That actually allowed the rest of CLG just to run into B site. They knew something was up. They knew it was a save round. You have to play a little wild and crazy, and so Misfits Black did.
Right there.
Wall up
That is
and now broken
yeah.
here towards CT, but still a retake game. And Misfits Black, they still have the disadvantage here, Saj.
That they do, but they do have Edith with Overdrive online. I'm curious to see if that is going to be in play here. Flash to come out. Oh my goodness, Emily blind. Athena cleaning up and cleaning house. It doesn't even matter. They're just going to pick.
Breathe new life into a fallen teammate if necessary. What I'm looking towards is, I like how Misfits Black, they're playing really off-site here on A. Ensuring that if the Rolling Thunder does come through, nobody's going to get caught out by it. But Athena's actually postured up towards mid with a fault line here for B-Heaven.
That they are. Can we also talk about how disgusting is the fact that they managed to burn the Overdrive over from Edith, as Emily will draw first blood, taking Slandy out of the game. The 5v4 here, and that's always like a hard number game to play when you are on the defense. And Misfits Black, they have to play careful right now. CLG Red, they definitely understand though. They're not in a rush. They still have a little under a minute left to play here as they're gonna make their way through Heaven. There's pushes, all of this utility spam to try and clear things out. They know that someone's in the corner. Are they expecting Edith up here as well? No, they are not. That is one for Edith. Not able to find another, but it's all good. Trades to come out here for the rest of CLG Red. Bernina sitting in that smoke, though, will find herself a kill. 2v1, Dodonut manages to find the last... Manages to single out Katie. Now it's a 1v1. But no spike.
Has to recover. It's backside, but Vernita can just loop for days here, play Ring Around the Rosie. Speaking of which, right around the corner there, Vernina cleans up and KDO at the front site of A, but that's exactly what I'm worried about, right? If the Rolling Thunder comes through, got a fault line there for a ramp, it's hard to get value out of the shotgun when you are concussed. You could maybe get one pick, but it's unlikely that you don't get traded out. And they're just going to tuck in close here. But the spike is nowhere near towards the A side.
No, it is not, and I wouldn't be surprised. Misfits Black, like Bernina and them, they're not falling for this just yet. A lot of utility expended over on the side of A by CLG Red, but very little movement actually happening here for Misfits Black. Oh my god. Katie gets spot. That was so brave. So brave. And just like that, you blink and you miss it. Most of Misfits Black, they are down for the count. And CLG Red feeling pretty good here as they're pushing through. Dodona is now good for free. Doesn't even need to get that spike down, but they will for the money.
Make sure that Rolling Thunder is available for the next round, but what I really like from Carly is how she's been playing towards mid here. Athena is constantly stunning either A ramps or B heaven, and the positioning that Carly has is usually just to counter that. Like, you counter fault line so you can deny the space that CLG is trying to take, and it's just a slow contact play up here towards A main.
Slow contact indeed, as CLG, they're slowly creeping their way over here. They should know that economy-wise has to feel good for them, but they're not expecting Slandy to be playing so close into that smoke. We talked about it. The smokes are actually very deadly for Misfits Black. Han will wall things up, slow things down for Misfits Black on the retake here. Oh, nasty stinger in hand though for Misfits Black. I don't know how much more they can do here. Looking to maybe hopefully find some kills, remove and recover some of these rifles. This is a crossfire. Doesn't matter. Trades to come out. Athena is feasting it up this map. How disgusting.
Yeah, just looking to secure as many picks as possible, right? Earn a little bit of extra cash into your pocket. The lockdown gonna look towards her to survive into the late round to use it for the retake. And a couple others as well. And CLG Red, they're gonna continue on with what's been working for them, which is this A take.
And it has. They've been playing pretty spread on the map, but A has always been a point of contention, trying to force out those rotations. We even see the adjustments right now on the side of Misfits Black, as Bernina, a lot of utility now holding down A, jump peeking as well, trying to get some information. And yes, someone is here. This site is not clear, as Dodonut, we've seen this play before, to play aggressive here, holding these angles as... Oh, look. Still, they know Emerald watching the flank. Good for one. Gets traded out as that lockdown comes into play for Misfits Black as they try to play retake here. Harley as well to find one. My goodness. All of these retake flanks. Athena will expend the Rolling Thunder and the flashes. All of this utility coming out. It is an absolute bloodbath. Rez is available and Han will bring back Athena into play.
Off your feet!
Ooh, so much delay though. Rolling Thunder comes out as well, but the defuse isn't being stuck. It's just half at the moment. And Misfits Black, they're starting to run out of time. Carly trying to get some picks, still have, and nearly might stick it, and Han manages to clutch it up. It comes out to delay the spike defuse and bought just enough time. Now looking into this next round, aggression to come out once again on the eco here from Edith.
Absolutely tanking all of this utility, is stuck in the corner here, still trying to find something. Teammate Slandy and Bernina manages to get those trades though, so despite the aggression there from CLG Red, it is Misfits Black that comes out on top once again, purely just at the loss of their Neon.
Emily's already creeped up here, but they don't know that Katie's still playing towards Hell. Gets the drop on Slandy, but Katie is in quite a spot, but it's a one and done. Has to be confident in securing one, but the crouch comes through, and fortunately for Katie, Emily's just gonna duck right under that, coming out on top. Emily's been having some clean shots. I'm not gonna lie. Like throughout this matchup,
One down.
Oh, as Bernina managed to find one, equalizing the numbers, drops that swarm grenade, trying to flush out a player in the corner there. Not really 100% sure maybe if that's someone there. Did not think that someone, but the turret gives it away. Bernina good for 3. And it is Carly who closes things out in the end. Misfits Black, very important round for them. They can keep the scoreline tied 10-10.
These arms are heavy enough.
thrifty round as well there. Anyways, I'm gonna hold my tongue on that because I don't know what I'm talking about right now, and we're gonna focus on the Her Galaxy Valorant 10K Open. Again, we are in map number 2. CLG Red, they have an advantage by 1 map so far in this best of 3, and slowing down the pacing once again. CLG, they really like to take their opportunities to lurk around, flank, and get into the perfect position before they execute.
That they do, and you talked about it at the beginning of the map here, how a map like Split will probably expect to see it go the distance, and so far you've called it. It's still a 10-10. Perhaps not on the side that I would have expected for either team, as it seems to be both are attacker friendly, attacker strong players right now, and I'm just like, okay. But it's all good as we see that lockdown coming into play here over on the B side. CLG Red trying to see if they can make something happen and flush out some players here. Carly is trapped in the backside. I believe they know that there are some players here, but the rest of CLG Red coming from heaven cleaning up and cleaning house. Bodies are dropping over on the side of Misfits Black as that spike to go down. Donut on the flank as well, catching off any rotation. And it's all up to Edith. The one and lonesome Edith looks like opting to just catch perhaps any exit frags at this point because
I think it's got to be a save. I feel like
Not
their
even.
money's not doing too good on the side of Misfits Black, right? So Edith has the overdrive for the next round, can save a rifle, toss it over to somebody else on the team to give them a higher chance at stalling out match point.
yeah, you
But-
called it. They're on the hunt now.
Yeah, but Han's been like, I feel like Han's Kobe Bryant with these slow orbs, to be honest. They've just been hitting everywhere as far as like slowing into the aftershock so Carly couldn't get out backside.
CLG Red, if you told me what their lineup was and what side they'd be dominating at, I would not expect it to be the attacker side. I mean, that is the controllers and all the utility. I'm like, oh yeah, they absolutely dominated on defense. I'm like, no, just kidding. It's Battle Sage.
They're also a post plant nightmare too, though.
Right? They really are, and that is something that you have to be careful with because we saw that struggle that CLG Red had when they were on the attack is they could not deal with the combo of Astra Killjoy on Spike, and they just have that same combo to answer now that they're on the attack here. And it looks like they want to make a play over onto Ado. Donut dashes through, tries to make space and clear stuff for the rest of her team. Slandy up in heaven, trying to see if they can get a pick here. And MLO will find Doppelganger Vernina over at mid. We're already seeing it. Oh, Athena gets dazed. Doesn't matter. We'll throw out that Rolling Thunder as Edith doesn't even get to use the overdrive. Will get found by Athena despite the fact that she's been tanking all of this utility. She has just been on super hot fire today. Despite the fall, in the end, it still creates a good number advantage here for the rest of the team. As Emily looking for one. Donut cleans up and cleans house. Cosmic Divide
For the retake situation, right? Would be nice to see those being used in conjunction with each other. But both of these players that we're looking towards are going to be the ones holding down towards A, and that's where CLG Red has their eyes set. So they might fall early, and those ults might not come out.
Oh my god, we saw this work last round and they are just going to do it again. Run and gun and dash through over onto A site here. They are feeling good and they are feeling strong. CLG Red looking absolutely dominating as they're getting that spike down. They're already down to one. Donut shoot and dash away. CLG Red takes the win, takes the game. They are your winners here at the 10K Her Galaxy Valorant Open.